I've been feeling real good, came a long way from misunderstood. Far away from the days where I wouldn't wanna go home, cause I was afraid of the truth. See, I was scared to admit, the feeling was in the back of my head. Cause the point where line no longer works, so you have to stand up for how you wanna live. Tonight is the night, is the night that we're losing control. Tonight is the night, is the night we set it on. Everybody go. And I don't know no better, but as far as I came, it felt like forever. Seconds turn to hours, days turn to months, not a year passed by, but don't feel like much. So if I got one chance, motherfucker, I'ma make y'all dance. I'ma have as much fun as I can and figure out the rest when I hatch out a plan. Tonight is the night, is the night that we're losing control. Tonight is the night, is the night we set it on.
Hello, I'm Ryanjob66. You know what? When I was a kid, I used to watch a program called Thomas and Friends. I remember it good. But if only it was still on today. Gosh darn it, it's still on! Well anyway, today I'm going to take a look at the top 10 episodes of Thomas and Friends. So let's begin with number 10. Thomas Gets It Right. This was a good episode, which involved, well, you guessed it, Thomas, yeah. So it starts off with a broken house and a scarecrow pretty much being knocked out, where we see Harvey. This movie mostly revolves around Thomas. The controller sends everyone out, but Thomas wants to do the most jobs so that he can be really useful. Wow, I never thought a TV program about trains would be really useful, as Thomas wants to be the most useful engine. Maron. Huh. Sounds familiar. But of course, while Thomas is doing his job, he sees all the important engines go past him, such as Gordon. And of course, he feels kind of sad of that, because he thinks, I want to be an important engine.
Thomas pulled into my James was waiting. He was carrying workmen. They were fixing the station.
Of course, because Thomas is so eager in being the most useful, he ends up going too fast, and of course, you guessed it, breaks the eggs. Yeah, he broke the eggs. Once he then realizes he's kind of sad, but then discovers James is behind him.
Sometimes going slowly can be just as important as going fast.
This is number 9. Horrid Lorries. This one starts with Percy down at the docks. Shit. It starts with Percy being shocked to find out that... Seriously! Percy's shocked to find out that horrid lorries are going to replace all the engines. And of course it makes them all mad.
What if a lorry does arrive? I'm afraid it did, along with 2 more. Cranky was delighted.
Make things a whole lot weirder, the lorries start picking on the engines, including little Toby. It's not right to be picking on a tram engine. Even at the flour mill, those people are replacing Toby. Man, that must be so sad for her. But one of the lorries has an accident. Yay! That the other lorries have been taken out as well. Wow, does that mean... Oh my god, that must be taken out too. Wow, this must really please the engines.
Cursing and fell straight into the sea, said the tow truck man. Later, Thomas arrived. He looked at the 3 lorries and laughed. Well, 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 the Brothers Grimm, smashed, broken and sunk. The lorries didn't return, and the engines now work even harder to make sure they never will.
Now I loved Edward, of course, because he was one of my favourite guys. This one centers around him, of course. It starts off for him shunting trucks in what's that, a coal mine was it called? Yeah, that was it. We then see an engine called Spencer who brags about going faster than all the engines, and of course Edward has to step up to the competition and face Spencer.
Get to there somehow. Another engine will take their furniture. Captain Trouble's engine saw their chance for a race. Please, sir, said Thomas, Percy, Gordon and James, all together. May I go? You all have other work to do.
So of course the Fat Controller lets this race go along, and of course Edward is slowly puffing behind. Lacking. And he gets to the top of a hill. Perfect. And surprisingly, he almost caught up to Spencer, who was at a station the whole time.
The Duke and Duchess wanted to buy some tea and cakes from the refreshment lady.
Of course it did.
Edward teetered into view. Hurry up, old boy, laughed Spencer. Can't have you finishing too far behind me. Edward wished he could have a rest too. But the station master and the porters had heard about the race. Hooray for Edward, they cheered.
And of course, once the Duke and Duchess get back on the thing, Spencer manages to race ahead. Again. But somehow Edward manages to get there first.
He gasped, I did it! Edward felt like a really useful engine. Hooray! I've won! He cheered loudly. Edward felt like the pride of the Sodor Railway. And he was right.
Okay, that one was number 8. Now we head to number 7. The Sad Story of Henry. And this one centers around Henry, who got stuck in a tunnel because I think it was because he ran out of water or something like he... I'm not really sure what happened, but let's listen to the intro so we know what happened.
The rain will spoil my lovely green painted red stripe.
You're inside a tunnel.
God will whistle so you have no more breath. Wait.
So James brought the Fat Controller, who apparently shouted at him for being stuck in a tunnel.
Everyone told us that's a Fat Controller.
And he ordered everyone to try and pull him out. Bullshit. Of course. Decided to give up, and what they did next I completely hated whenever I was young. They built a wall around him. Typical. That's why it's called The Sad Story of Henry. Now we head on to number 6. This is a good one too. Diesel does it again. Starts with the Fat Controller being mean to Percy and Duck. And he says that they need more help, so they called in Diesel.
The 2 engines had not worked with Diesel for a long time.
And they regretted it.
What are you doing here? Gasped Duck. Your worthy fact, Sir Topham Hatt sent me. I hope you are pleased to see me. I am to shunt some dreadfully tiresome trucks.
And of course, with Diesel back, he has to cause trouble. One of them involves hitting one of the engines whilst the Topham Hatt is enjoying a lovely bun.
King, sir. I have to give Diesel a second chance. I am trying to help you by bringing Diesel here. Now you must help me. He was the only engine available.
Ah,
Percy and Duck went sadly back to work.
there he got hit. And of course Diesel laughs about it. Yeah. He gets fired.
Things worked much better here before you arrived. I shall not be inviting you back. Now, Duck and Percy, I hope you won't mind having to handle the work by yourselves again. Oh, no, sir. Yes, please, sir, replied the engines. Whistling cheerfully, they puffed back to work, while Diesel sulked slowly away.
This is number 5. Alright. Thomas the Jet Engine. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. How can Thomas become a jet engine? He's just an engine. So this one starts off with Gordon at the station with everyone else, and he's boasting about how fast he can be.
Everything, said James smugly, but being reliable and useful is, said Thomas. You slow engines will never understand, snorted Gordon.
Told
because
you.
You'll never go as fast as me.
Show off.
The Fat Controller arrived.
It turns out Thomas has been sent to collect, you guessed it, a jet engine. Yeah, a jet engine, of course. And somehow it gets turned on and Thomas is sent flying.
The driver tried to put on the brakes, but Thomas couldn't stop. Oh, boy! The station master called ahead. Clear the lines, it's a runaway train.
So yeah, I knew what you're thinking. Hey, how come his brakes won't work? Yeah, Thomas is happy about it. Oh look, there's James. He shit himself. Hi Henry. Don't panic. I'm fine. And of course he sees Birdie and races past him. Of course. He heads over under a bridge. I was about to say over a bridge there. Hey look, there's Gordon. Let's see what happens here.
Along the main line. I am the fastest, said Gordon proudly. Hi, Gordon. Bye, Gordon. Gordon could not believe what he had seen.
Wow, at least he got the best of him. Number 4. Henry and the Elephant. Now this one obviously centers around Henry as well, as it starts off with Thomas at the station. Yay, he's right on time. So it turns out that the circus was in town and James was the one who got to pull the circus away. Like after they had done rehearsing or something, because we never saw them actually rehearsing, but he managed to pull them away okay. So Henry takes the workmen to the tunnel that the Topham Hatt was talking about, and apparently he has to go inside and investigate. In they go. They don't get too far, as they're pushed out again by a freaking elephant. An elephant about yay high can push a train out of a tunnel. Wow, that train needs some freaking donuts or something. 3 buckets of water. Yeah! Perfect. That'll teach you to push a train into an elephant. Number 3 is Rusty and the boulder, which is that big thing sitting up there. Yeah, you wouldn't want that to fucking fall on you. Hey, we'll go dead. And hey, look, there's Rusty.
Thomas and Percy. Where's all this rock coming from? Percy asked. The new quarry, replied Rusty. This mountain rock is good for many things, although it's dangerous up there. Why? Asked Thomas. Because of a big boulder. I think it's watching me, said Rusty nervously.
Dude, it's a boulder. Calm down.
How can it be? Boulders don't have eyes.
Thank you.
Well, Percy, there's something strange about this one.
Of course, the boulder actually falls on the track. Awesome.
It's rolling along our line.
Well, get it off your line then. Or hell, if it's rolling on your line, you change lines then. God.
We'll stop.
Yeah, somehow the boulder managed to get behind them. And how did the tree not stop it? And hell, if you're going downhill, why would you go uphill? And then put someone else in trouble.
Oh, he was making his way
Like
to
this
the
person.
top. Then he saw a boulder.
You're in shit now.
Help!
Yeah, you're in trouble. Cause you ain't getting away from that.
Catching up fast.
But you managed to get out of it. And of course the boulder manages to reach little Percy.
Sweet Percy.
Into the shed! Whoa, what was inside that made it blow up?
Raised it up to where it once
So it turns out the boulder goes back to its place and everything is
I
fine.
wonder if Rusty is right. Don't you?
Okay, we're now on to number 2. We've only got 2 more to go. Let's see what number 2 is. Thomas and Gordon. Now this was one of this was like the very first episode in the Thomas series. It starts off showing the big engines and how they react in Sodor with their big
He
thing.
pulls the empty coaches away so that the big engines can go and rest.
Yeah, precisely.
Thomas thinks no engine works as hard as he does. He loves playing tricks on them, including Gordon, the biggest and proudest engine of all.
There you go.
Thomas likes whistling rudely at him. Wake up, lazy bone, why don't you work hard like...
So with all the teasing, Gordon decides to hatch a plan, where he connects himself to his own train and pulls it away with Thomas on the back.
was always uncoupled first. This time Gordon started so quickly they forgot to uncouple Thomas. Gordon's chance had come.
I know, you're thinking Gordon's a hectic fucker because he's doing this. But Thomas pretty much deserved it because he called him lazy bones. Well, at least Gordon got his revenge. Well guys, this is it. The #1 Thomas episode. Thomas, Percy and the Dragon. Centers around the 2 best friends in this one, and the dragon.
The movie was dozing happily, but Percy wanted to talk. Wake up, Thomas. Are you dreaming about the time you thought I was a ghost? Certainly not. Anyway, I was almost pretending to be scared. I knew it was...
So unfortunately, Percy gets stuck on the sideline, and of course Thomas has gone to pick up a dragon. So of course Percy has to stay on the sidelines. We then see Thomas at the docks collecting the dragon. Holy shit! My thoughts exactly, Thomas. All you can do is hold your blowjob face. And of course, Thomas scares the shit out of Percy with it. Okay, how did he not see Thomas there? When he arrives back, he tells Gordon what happened last night. Yeah, completely cracked. But finally Percy finds out that it was Thomas the whole time. And his reaction isn't very good.
Percy decided to tell Thomas the truth. Well, Percy, said Thomas, maybe we do get scared sometimes, but if we're not afraid to tell each other, then that means we're quite brave.
And that has been the top 10 Thomas episodes. I'm Ryanjob66. I remember it, so you don't have to.